Jumbo, and good morning to everyone. Hello, how are you? So this is day 2 of my November favorites slash things that I'm loving slash things I'm thankful for, etc. That I am doing with Tim and Chloe. So be sure to check out their channels in the description bar below. They should be in there and live. So today I am talking about the Flylady, but not just the Flylady, but specifically the Flylady cruising through the holidays. So in past years, I have really taken on way too much stuff. And if you are someone who knows me, you would know that, hello, Dee, hello. You would know that I am someone who tends to take on a lot of things. It's just what I do. I don't know. It's my personality, or I'm not sure. And so in the past, like, I'm a musician, right? And so during the holidays, hello, Marina, hello. I don't have my glasses on because there'd be a glare, so I'm like squint and see. Hi from Scotland. Hi from Ohio. It's not quite as cool as Scotland is. So in the past, as a musician, right, during the holidays, I feel like I was someone who would take on every single possible gig that I possibly could, because that's what you do as a musician around Christmas and Easter and 4th of July and all of these holidays, right? Musicians need a break too. So anyway, and I would take on all these things like hosting all of these Thanksgiving gatherings and wanting to make sure my house was perfect and all of these things. And I got over it really quickly once I got into the Flylady. So if you guys don't know who the Flylady is, her name is Marla Silly, Ciley, there might be 2 L's, and she has written a number of books, but one book that I do have is called Sync Reflections, and it's a great book where she talks about how she improved her life by getting rid of clutter out of her house, pretty much taking over, like, her house was taking over her, and she was able to clear out clutter and take over her house and just feel more in control of her life just by shining her sink every day, doing 15 minutes of, clearing out hot spots and things like that. I know a lot of you guys are very familiar with the Flylady, and if you're not, I have a link to the control journal. Hi, Corinne, from it's a very old control journal. I'm assuming it's the one she's still using, but it's for specifically the holidays, and I have that linked in the description below. So what I actually like to do, good morning, Susan, good morning. So what I like to do is I like to make my own version of a control journal, and it's not fancy at all. Actually, this time it's got flamingos on it because that's holiday. I mean, flamingos, let's be honest, especially when you live in Ohio and you don't live in Florida. Anyway, so this is my version of my control journal for this holiday. And again, perfectionism needs to just go out the window because that's where most of us get super stressed with, right? Over the holidays, we want to have the perfect presents. We want to have the perfect, good morning. I know, Summer, I do too. The perfect, holiday meal. We want to have the perfect looking house and all these perfect memories and all this stuff. And there's really no such thing as perfectionism. I mean, it's like everybody's different in what they think is perfect. And what one person's perfect is not going to be someone else's perfect. So it doesn't really exist at all, right? So for me, I am so not perfect. Anybody who knows me again knows there ain't no perfectionism going on here anymore. So this is my cover page. I hope this is not backwards for you guys. Let me know if it is. It's not back. It is backwards for me, but I think it's not for you. So I have holiday plans 2017, November 1st through December 31st, because that's when the holidays are, right? Holidays are upon us, and I still have my Halloween stuff up. One year, actually, funny enough, I had my porch decorated for Thanksgiving, and I had my inside decorated for Christmas because you just kind of go with it. So I've got my Thanksgiving plans. So this year for Thanksgiving, we're actually doing 2 Thanksgivings, one with my family, one with my husband's family. So I have Thursday is my family, Friday is my in-laws and their family coming down as well. So I know at least for Thursday for Thanksgiving for us, I'm going to need to make a meal to share with my family, some stuff, we'll share. And then I'm making an autoimmune protocol friendly / paleo friendly meal for myself and my husband. So I have what we're making. So I have turkey breast, super easy, just throw it in the oven. We're not making a whole turkey because hashtag who needs a whole turkey. And then delicata squash. If you guys have not made delicata squash, you totally need to make this squash. It is so, so good. It looks kind of like, it's like shaped kind of like a big potato, and it has yellow and green kind of ribs down it. You've probably seen it at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. It is so, so easy and so good to make, and so I'm gonna be making that, and I'll probably be sharing that recipe that I do on my channel too. And we're gonna do roasted Brussels sprouts with prosciutto. Like seriously, you just cut the Brussels sprouts in half and put some olive oil on it and sprinkle some prosciutto on the top and bake them. Nothing fancy. And hot apples with banana ice cream on the side. That is Mr. Simple Life's request. So that's what I'm doing for our food on Thursday. On Friday, I will probably be bringing leftovers from Thursday. Not perfect. Okay, so then what I like to do, and this is something that I got from the Flylady control journal, and I think it's something that's super helpful for me. As you know, when like on Thanksgiving, you have a certain timeline, right? Like, you know, if you're going someplace, what time you have to be in the car, or if people are coming to your house, what time they're arriving. And ideally, you'd like to have your food ready to go by the time people come over, or by the time you need to get in the car, right? Because if you don't, then it's just stressful and running around. And I have a story about this running aroundness that I'm going to tell you in a second. Right after I get through my timeline. So for my Thursday timeline, this is just a rough outline. I need to think about how long everything takes to cook and bake and everything, but for the most part, what I like to do is I like to start from the time I need to leave, and then I work backwards, and then just I work from the bottom up on the actual day of, so I know what time I need to put things in the oven, what time I need to get myself ready, and that type of thing. And I like to get myself ready first, and I'll get into that in a second. I just have a blank space for Friday's timeline because I don't know when that's gonna be yet. So story time, there was one, let's see, we were in my old house. I don't know if I had started my YouTube channel yet, but I had started my blog at this time. I'm sure that I did. So I was getting ready for a Christmas meal at one of my in-laws' second cousin's houses. They live north of where we are by about 40 minutes or so. And I was running around trying to get everything done. I was getting our recipes made. I was bringing this big old spread with me. Come on. And I shouldn't have done that. And I hadn't gotten myself ready, and we were about ready to leave in like probably about an hour or so. And I was like, okay, I gotta get in the shower. I gotta do all these things. All of a sudden, oh, and it happens now, and I know what my trigger is. I couldn't see. I had this spot in front of my eyes that was like these little tiny dots, and I'm like, whoa, like why can't I see in front of me? And the spots started getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I couldn't see. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I got my very first ocular migraine that day because I was so stressed out with trying to get everything ready to go and all these things, and I wasn't ready myself, and I was like squinting trying to like look at my recipes and ocular migraine on Christmas Day or Eve. It was one of those two. I can't even remember now. This is probably about 6 or 7 or 8 years ago now at this point. And I didn't know what to do. You know, I'd never had one of these things before. All I knew is that I couldn't see in front of me. So like, what do I do? So it was triggered by all of the stress I was putting on myself, trying to make this perfect thing to bring to this perfect celebration that was going to be perfectly had, I knew, right? Oh my goodness. So it was pretty much at that point where I was like, okay, I need to make a change for these future holidays because I'm just gonna keep like making myself crazy by rushing around and doing all these things. So if anybody has ever had an ocular migraine, let me know in the comments. If you haven't, it's really a weird sensation. And whenever I get them now, it's after times of intense stress. That's what triggers me. And at first I thought it was like really aged cheeses, because I know sometimes that and like food triggers can cause ocular migraines to happen. But for me, historically, it has been, looking back at it, stressful situations. I had one when Mr. Simple Life was in the hospital, with the whole, autoimmune thing that we didn't know was autoimmune about 1.5 years ago. very stressful time. I'm in the elevator going up to his hospital room, and sure enough, there's the spots, and I'm like, it's happening again. So what I do for that, if you guys are interested with ocular migraine stuff, normally they don't cause headaches, it just causes temporary blindness. And you see these, it's really weird, you see these like, it's not prisms. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like a very small circle right in the front of your vision in both eyes. So it's not like a floater where you only see that in one eye, right? Like you sometimes see little dark spots, you see little squiggly things or clear stuff. It's not that. It's two spots right in the front of your vision that kind of grow, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It happened to me a year ago. I was 52 and I thought I was having a stroke. It goes away. It does. It goes away in about a half hour or 20 minutes or something, but you just have to keep your eyes shut. And even with your eyes shut, you can still see those spots getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you know when they're kind of out. And then for me, I get like a dull ache behind my eyes, but it's nothing like super major. So to relieve my tension, I actually put some lavender essential oil around my eyes, kind of like a raccoon, and that helps to help relieve that tension. But it is very scary when you've never had it before, and it's just like, whew. So anyway, moral of the story, sorry about the tangent, is lower the stress levels for the holidays because it'll just make your holiday a lot better. So I have a spot here for Black Friday shopping. Now, in the past, my mom and I had gone to the mall for Black Friday deals and things like that. We haven't done that in a number of years just because, oh my gosh, I know. Yes, Dee, absolutely. Dee's saying her daughter has had persistent ocular migraine since she was 2. It is a very scary thing when you don't know what they are and they're just like, oof. It's like, why can't I see? It's very strange. So historically, my mom and I had gone to the mall for Black Friday shopping very, very early in the morning. We would get pretty much all of our shopping done, but we would be completely exhausted the next day. And since I have a Friday Thanksgiving this year, I think most of my shopping is actually going to be done online. Mostly probably either Black Friday sometime throughout the day or on Cyber Monday. And I know that there are always a lot of deals, especially on Amazon and with Young Living, where I'm going to get a lot of my stuff from, and like eBay and other places, even like Target and whatever. So I'm probably going to be doing my Black Friday shopping online, but I like to use certain websites that I'll be getting to in a different favorites video coming up very soon about how I plan out my Black Friday shopping, because mama loves me some deals. So I've got a spot for it just so I can write everything down, where it's coming from, who it's for, how much I'm spending. Cyber Monday, same thing, so I have them in 2 different places. And then I have a spot for holiday cards, and I colored it in because it looked really bad when I wrote it, and so I was like, I'll just make it fancy. But it's not perfect. I don't really care. So I've got my name, and I've got, has the card been sent? So I like starting on these early and doing just a few a day. I send holiday cards to a lot of people, and that's not a perfectionism thing. That is a business reason, so that's why I do it. But I have lots and lots of pages for this. Very few family members actually get holiday cards from me, and friends. It's mostly a business purpose, but it takes time, so I like to have spaces for that so I can just kind of spread it out and do that kind of stuff. Music student gifts. So you guys probably know I am a flute teacher, so I do like to give my music students some sort of a gift. Historically, what I've done is last year I ordered from California a big box of succulents, and I was that weird teacher that gave out a lot of plants to my students, but they like it. And actually one of my students brought his plant in about a month ago, and he's like, look how big it is. And I'm like, you're taking care of the plant. I love this. So, you know, love that. The kids really liked that. I have made sugar scrubs for them before too, and I have a video on YouTube here of how I did that. My kids really liked that too. I actually, funny enough, had a friend of one of my students contact me through YouTube and said, I think I saw this in Emma's bathroom. Are you Emma's teacher? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It's just funny how kids find you on the internet. I don't know. So that's worked really well. Very inexpensive gifts. 4 of my 5 kids also have birthdays in December as well. I love the notebook idea. Absolutely, Summer. Yeah, this is something that just keeps me on track. you know, and you can use just like a piece of paper. Like, it doesn't have to even be in a notebook. The Flylady's version of it I do like a lot because it's already pre-laid out there for you. There's a printable of that in the comments, no, the description below, so you can find that. But so student gifts, I'll probably do either like an essential oil roll-on for them, because I know that'll help them in lots of various ways, or probably a sugar scrub. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet what I'm going to do with that. But that's it. So there's my flamingo notebook of how I'm planning the holidays. And thanks to Flylady, truthfully, I mean, there's no perfectionism anymore. I kind of have gotten over that, and I don't really care now. I just kind of, you know, I do what I can do. And I just, you know, if I've hosted enough Thanksgivings with some recipes that have not turned out to kind of get over that, oh my goodness, what happens if this doesn't work kind of feeling, and just get over it and don't really care. And I don't feel like it makes me a bad person, because I feel like it actually helps me to enjoy my holidays a little bit more. So check out the Flylady if you are needing some sort of control or some sort of feeling of having some semblance of order for your holiday season coming up. And don't beat yourself up if it doesn't go exactly how you envision it would, or how you'd hope it would. I mean, it's all about just making memories and allowing time with your family, and not getting so wrapped up in everything else that happens during this time of year, because ain't nobody got time for that. So tomorrow, my favorite tomorrow, I have these written down. Ooh, we're gonna be in the kitchen tomorrow. Looking at an appliance that I absolutely love that you guys need to have in your life. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Thanks for joining me today. And I'll be live with another video tomorrow morning, probably-ish. We're gonna be making some food. It'll be super fun. All right, well, thanks for joining me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Guaharini, go well, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.